Alright, so the gathering of the Juggalos is only about 3 weeks away. You're freaking out. You don't know what to do. You want to go. You're not prepared. You think you might pass away if you go unprepared. This is How to Survive the Gathering of the Juggalos 2024, a survival guide. All right, let's start with what do you absolutely need to get into the Gathering of the Juggalos? You need a ticket. Well, some of you might not need a ticket, but you need a ticket. That's your general admission. That'll get you into the Gathering of the Juggalos for all 4 days. And that's camping included. You get to pick your campsite. First come, first serve type beat. They typically let the ballas and the car pass people in first, usually on Tuesday, aka day 0, the parking lot party day. And you might be asking, what's a car pass ticket? What's a big ballas site? What's a little ballas site? Well, a car pass is basically so you can bring your car into the gathering grounds and you can park it at your campsite. You are not allowed to leave the gathering grounds with your car once you enter. It's stationary the entire 4 days. It is not necessary to bring your car inside. You can haul all of your gear into the gathering grounds and park in the parking lot if you need to, which I think is a better idea because you can sort of come and go as you please. If you need to make a supply run, if you want to go to a homie's Airbnb or a hotel or something to party afterwards, those options are open. Otherwise, your car is sort of stuck at the gathering if you get the car pass. But I know a lot of people prefer the car pass because it's super easy. You get in first, you get better picks of your camping sites because you're getting first picks. So a lot of people want to go for the car pass. And the car pass sells out very fast, usually within the first couple of days, if not the first day. There is a bit of a resell market. You can buy a used car pass if you go on to some of the Facebook groups and stuff, if you're looking for one still. Big ballas and little ballas. Now, the difference between big ballas and little ballas is the big ballas campsites have power, no water, but they do have electric. The little ballas campsites, no power, but still the same amount of campground coverage. With both ballas campsites, you get 20 feet by 50 feet worth of camping, worth of camp space, worth of space to use as you wish. The big ballas campsites are down by the second stage, the Omen stage, on the gravel, and the little ballas campsites are on the grass in front of main stage, the macabre stage. You're allowed one RV-sized vehicle with your ballas site, but any additional cars will need a car pass to be parked on the ballas site, and it's got to be within that 20 by 50 rectangle. You can use that space to let other homies camp on there too. You can sort of have a gigantic campground gimmick going. Maybe even hook up with a couple of friends and combine ballas sites to make it even bigger. Or you can just camp in the parking lot. Every year I see people who are just camping in the parking lot through the whole damn gathering. Even though you're really not supposed to, it's technically something I have heard stories that they break down the tents. But I've never seen any tents getting broken down myself, and I've seen plenty of people just camping out in the parking lot. So that is something you can do. I would recommend camping inside the gathering and getting the full experience. Unless maybe you grow tired of fireworks and the fuck your sleep chants. Which is indeed a real thing, and a reason that some folks choose to go and stay at the hotels and the Airbnbs. Now, I'm one of those folks. I stay at one of the hotels surrounding the gathering. Usually the cheapest and closest one I can find. At this point, a lot of the Airbnbs and hotels are going to be sold out, but you will still have options to stay in Columbus if you choose so, which is still very close to Thornville, Ohio, Legend Valley, where the gathering is held. Now, why would you want to stay in a hotel, let's say? I choose to stay in the hotel because I prefer to get a couple of hours of uninterrupted sleep. And that shower comes in incredibly clutch without having to wait in line. There are gathering showers on the grounds, which I've heard have gotten better in recent years. But I typically still try to spend most of my time at the gathering, on the gathering grounds. I'm usually only at my hotel for, maybe 5, 6, 7 hours out of a day. And that's just to sleep, shower, Emily to get her makeup together. By the way, Emily, any makeup tips for the nice people?
No foundation. Don't try to do the most. Waterproof everything. I mean, there's people that paint up. I don't know how you do that. I would sweat that shit off. My best advice is lots of setting powder, setting spray. Don't try to do the most with eyeshadow and foundation. Use like eye paints, glitter, things like that, things of that nature. You're at a festival. Festy vibes is not like a full face like I have on now. It's like fucking put glitter everywhere and make yourself rainbow. Glitter glue. If you're gonna use glitter, you need glitter glue. Lottie glitter fix balm for the body, And then the NYX glitter primer. This shit is fucking amazing for glitter on your eyes. Is the only way that shit's gonna last through the heat. Definitely, if you're gonna go all out, do it in the evening. I put lashes on during the day when they did that aerial photo, and the eyelash glue melted off into my eyeballs and it burned really bad and I took them off. So if you're gonna do the most, if you do it in the evening time, that shit will last. But it is humid, so like I wouldn't put foundation on. Like, I don't really wear foundation in the summertime anyway, so I would just stick with glitter, eye paints, eyeshadows if you want to go all out, sprays. But like me, I'm going to do lashes, eyebrows, and glitter. That's pretty much it.
We got a little bit ahead of ourselves, so let's go back. Let's talk about preparing for the gathering of the Juggalos once you get your tickets. Oh, and by the way, you can choose to just wait till you get to the gathering of the Juggalos and buy tickets on the grounds themselves. If you show up a day early on Tuesday, you'll have basically no line and it will be very easy to get a ticket. On day one, sometimes the line can be a little bit longer. The gathering does not sell out, by the way, so don't worry about that. It probably will not sell out this year. Lost Lands, which is held at the same venue, does sell out every year, but they have like 70,000 people show up. The gathering typically only has about 10,000, 15,000 people, 20,000 maybe tops. But yeah, let's talk packing and prep. What should you bring to the gathering of the Juggalos? First of all, make sure you bring some cash. There are ATMs on site, but I always prefer to bring some cash for your merch, for food. A lot of vendors these days do have the card gimmicks rocking, but cash is still king. Make sure you bring lots of water. Water is super important when you're going to be out there in these hot ass conditions. Make sure you bring a lot of water so you don't get dehydrated, so that you can share extra waters with other homies who might be in dire need of said H2O. One of the things you can do is when you're packing your cooler, you can freeze water bottles and put them in your cooler in lieu of ice. Other beverages you could bring: Gatorade, stuff with electrolytes. Maybe bring some liquid IV if you find water too boring and bland like Emily does. Right, babe? For food stuff, it depends on how much you're trying to pack. You can bring sandwich stuff if you want. Maybe bring a little grill and you can barbecue while you're there. I know a lot of people bring Chef Boyardee. My little hack is I like to bring a lot of Cliff bars, energy bars, and bottled smoothies like this Naked brand or a Bolt House brand bottled smoothies. They're a real quick and easy refresher, fill me up type beat without bogging you down, because I like to stay light on my feet at the gathering of the Juggalos. There are food vendors at the gathering, so if you want to just buy your food and eat nothing but carnival food the whole time, you can do that too. There are a couple of more healthy options. There's typically one vegan spot down there that does healthier options and smoothies. Their smoothies are always fucking banging and save my ass damn near every year. And if you're scrubbing and you're looking for free food options, there's definitely some of that. The Jesus Juggalos typically have some free food options right at the entrance in the parking lot. Scrub Care Unit has some free food typically. Look for local Clown Crew giving away their free Faygo hot dogs, probably in the gathering of the Juggalos parking lot, and definitely at Gloom to the Gathering, where I will be performing. There's going to be free tacos at the podcast / flea market event combo gimmick, and typically a couple of other options for free food just around the gathering. If you walk around, you're probably going to get offered some free food or a hot dog or something at some point. Shouts out to the generosity of Juggalos. If you're bringing party supplies or you're looking to acquire party supplies, make sure you bring test kits. Go to bunkpolice.com. They usually have a presence at the gathering as well. Get yourself some test kits. Make sure you test your shit. Make sure you bring sun protection, sunblock, sunscreen, sunglasses, a bucket hat, bandanas, whatever you got to do, umbrella, whatever you got to do to hide from the sun. Make sure you bring aloe vera in case you do get sunburned. There's not a lot of insects, but bring some bug spray, maybe some citronella candles, even if to just liven up the campsite. That's another thing. Bring some fun stuff to liven up the campsite, some lights, maybe a garden gnome. Bring a first aid kit and proper footwear. Make sure you bring a couple of different options for proper footwear. Something comfortable yet rugged. I typically rock a pair of Vans slip-ons and my Crocs. One year my dumbass decided to wear Doc Martens down to main stage, and I suffered tremendously because of that decision. And other clothes, what else should you bring? I think a good idea is to maybe bring 2 fits for each day at least. One for the daytime and maybe one for the nighttime. The daytime being for more warm weather, the nighttime one being for slightly colder weather. I use the rule of thumb of always pack underwear as if I'm going to shit myself at least once a day. So I always bring at least 2 pair of underwear for each day, just in case I do shit myself every day. Make sure you bring extra socks. Make sure you bring a good combination of shorts, shirts, dresses. Honey, any other fashion tips for the nice people?
Be comfortable. I learned the hard way at festivals, trying to look really cute with the most wild outfits, and then I just want to rip it off and then I look incomplete. So plan your outfits comfortably, give yourself air, room to breathe, but then also have yourself something to match at nighttime if you need to put a hoodie on. Fishnets and a jersey, or fishnets and a cute top and some booty shorts is like the easiest way to go. Don't overpack like me, because I end up with 13 outfits that I never ever wear. One solid piece that you wear at nighttime as like a cover to keep warm is good, unless you have like shit that you're like really planning for, but mainly be comfortable. Like, I'm not wearing my platform green sneakers that I tried to wear to the last 2 festivals I went to because they fucking hurt. It doesn't work. I ended up in my Crocs all last year and I'm not mad about it. I'm gonna keep wearing my Crocs. I'm gonna wear my Crocs this year again. I guess this is like fashion. We all have like little ways to carry around things, especially at a festival. Pockets, shoving everything everywhere, extracurricular activities. This is a stashy. It's got a zipper. You can shove shit in here and then put it in your ponytail and no one will ever know. You won't lose it. And if you're real sweaty though, be careful. Like, if you put shit in your fucking stashy and you plan on wearing that shit all day, like, triple wrap that shit in case you're real sweaty, because you don't want to, you know, get things all wet and clumpy.
And if it rains, make sure you bring an umbrella, a raincoat, a parka. Make sure you bring deodorant. That's right, deodorant. Some shower shoes if you plan on using the shower. Your typical toiletry bag type shit. Your soap, your shampoo, your toothpaste, your toothbrush, all that stuff. Your towels, all your beauty supplies. Babe, any beauty supplies tips?
Sunscreen that is for your face is important. It is different than body sunscreen. Reapplying is very important. It doesn't matter what SPF you get. Like, the max you can go is 90 minutes. There are so many different mineral face sunscreens. I mean, like, this is kind of like expensive to drugstore prices. This Kula classic face sunscreen, a little goes like a long way. It doesn't really turn you white. It's not really thick or greasy. This shit is fucking dope. Bubble Solar Mate. This is like middle of the road, but I did get this at Walmart. It is a mineral sunscreen. We don't like chemical sunscreens. It's bad for the environment. This is what, 40, 30, and 40. This I just got. I haven't used yet, but I'm gonna give it a shot. It's a spray. Mr. Ramon likes the sprays. What do you use? The freaking...
Oh, Sun Bum?
The Sun Bum. Yeah, he loves the Sun Bum spray. This Naked Sun, it's hydrating too, and it's got hyaluronic acid in it. In the summertime outside, it pulls the moisture from the air, so the hyaluronic acid will keep your skin nice. Chafing stick. Okay, you got thick thighs or big butt, put this in your butt crack or in your thighs, and you'll fucking be really relieved that you're not burning and you don't have blisters on the inside of your legs. Evian spray, because if you are wearing makeup, you can spray this. It'll cool you down, hydrate your skin, but it won't make your shit leak, which is important. And just all around in general, travel sizes. Bring the little things, because if your big fucking packaging of whatever explodes in your luggage and then you lose your whole thing, you're gonna be fucking pissed. Deodorant wipes. I don't know if anybody's ever had to carry a stick of deodorant in their backpack in the summertime, but that shit melts. It gets goopy and melts everywhere. So deodorant wipes are so good because they don't melt in your fucking bag.
Make sure you bring toilet paper, wet wipes. You can actually get these sort of giant wet wipe gimmicks that are almost like shower wipes. I think they're even marketed as shower wipes if you're looking to do a quick hoe bath in your tent. There are some truck stop showers if you get incredibly desperate that are not that far away, about a 10-minute drive away. I think there's a Love's about 10 minutes away. So if you don't want to fuck with the gathering showers and you want to go and pay for a shower, that is an option. Your camping gear. You got to bring your camping gear, your tent, your tarps, your canopies. Chairs, tables, rope, lighters, matches, a knife, multi-tool gimmick, maybe bring some scrap paper / twisted merch to start a fire, grill, lighter fluid, a banner maybe for your campsite. I know a lot of Juggalos like to name their camps and get giant banners made and hang it across their canopies. Maybe bring a bug tent, even though once again the bugs really aren't that bad at night at Legend Valley. Your chairs, your air mattresses, your inflatable gimmicks. Emily and I actually got this lazy bone inflatable couch gimmick that we saw a whole bunch of wooks using at Lost Lands last year, and turns into basically a full couch you can sit on, and not like an inflatable plasticky one either. It's like made of like vinyl silky type material. Yeah, so check me out at the gathering running around desperately trying to fill that up with air. Bring garbage bags and try to clean up after yourself. Try not to leave any trash on the ground. At least clean your area the best you can. There are trash barrels pretty liberally everywhere, so you can throw stuff away in the trash barrels pretty easy. Bring other Ziploc bags and plastic bags and stuff like that. Ziploc bags come in handy a lot of times for leftover, if you want to throw your cell phone in a Ziploc bag if you're going to go do Fago Armageddon. Ziploc bags can definitely come in handy for a multitude of reasons. Bring your cups, your plates, your bowls, your cutlery, your pots, your pans, your spatulas, all your gimmicks if you're going to be cooking out there. Bring some string lights and flashlights and lanterns and stuff to illuminate the nighttime, because a lot of fun is to be had at night. Bring a fan for the daytime to hang in your tent. I know they got these like neck gimmicks you can wear and shit. Now, if you're like a little tech demon like me and you want to bring a bunch of devices to the gathering, say, you might want to bring a couple of chargers. Here's a couple of my chargers that I have for the gathering. This one has a solar panel gimmick, so technically you can charge this via the sun, but it's incredibly slow charging it via the sun. But it holds a good amount of power. It's got a QI charging thing and like basically all the different cable gimmicks that you could possibly need to charge a device already hooked on the thing. So this is a really cool gimmick. You can get this off of Amazon for like 30, 40 bucks. I also typically bring one of these, which is a portable power generator. You can use this if you have a CPAP or any sort of maybe sleeping issues that might cause you problems at the gathering and maybe be keeping you from camping on the grounds. Or you can just stay at a hotel. And bring a wagon gimmick. This will come in handy for a multitude of different reasons. If you're hauling your gear from the parking lot into the camping grounds, you'll definitely want to get a camping wagon gimmick. If you're bringing ice from the ice truck down by main stage to your campground to dump in your cooler, you're going to maybe want that camping wagon gimmick. Get yourself a camping wagon gimmick. Another hack that I like to do is I like to bring a lot of my camping gear in totes. It just makes them easier to carry, easier to pack, just easier all around to grab a one tote and move with that, rather than a bunch of cardboard boxes that maybe get flimsy. Also, if it does rain, that cardboard box is going to fall apart, whereas that guy right there is going to stay sturdy for you and maybe keep some of your shit dry. As far as getting to the gathering, that's up to you. A lot of people fly, a lot of people drive. Some people take the bus, some people take the train, some people hitchhike. You might want to rent a car if you don't trust your car making the trip. I've even heard about it and seen myself people who've rented U-Hauls, whether that be the truck or the van, and they just sort of stay and hang out in that. There was a couple I saw camping in a U-Haul gimmick just last year, 2 years ago. That was in the parking lot, mind you. Now, as far as traveling itself, if you're driving to the gathering, obey the speed limits, especially when you get into Ohio. Those Ohio state troopers will be out on the roads. I, for one, am somebody who likes to refrain from putting stickers on my car as a personal choice, but you might want to remove stickers from your car that might mark you out. But for the most part, the police in the general Thornville area are very kind and accepting to Juggalos. The entire community really is accepting to Juggalos. So as long as you're not acting a fool or being flagrant as fuck with it, you should be all right. Just be safe out there. When should you leave? When should you arrive? That's really up to you as well. I typically like to show up on Tuesday a day early for the parking lot party day for day 0. But I know a lot of Juggalos show up a whole week early. I know when I pull up Tuesday, it's like, where have you been? We've been partying this whole time. Where have you been? Now, I typically take off vacation the whole week. I'll take off that Tuesday on, and then I take off that Monday as well. That gives me all day Sunday to drive home and Monday to recover / decompress a little bit. Here's another little tip that I find helpful. Clean your house before you leave for the gathering of the Juggalos. That way when you come home, You'll come home to a clean house that you can then explode with all the shit that you brought back from the gathering of the Juggalos. But what to do when you're there? What do you want to do when you're at the gathering of the Juggalos? That's up to you. The full schedule, the full lineup is just about to drop as an infomercial / weekly freakly. So I would say look in the schedule, plan stuff out, but be prepared to miss things. And that's okay. Because a lot of the magic at the gathering of the Juggalos are going to be the spur of the moments, the random little things that happen, the little side quests that you go on. So don't take it too seriously and go with the flow. Because no matter what, you're gonna miss stuff that you want to see. That's just the nature of the gathering and really festivals in general. So definitely go in with a fun attitude. Make sure you're nice to everybody. Even if they're a dick to you, be nice to them. You're not going to find many dickheads at the gathering of the Juggalos, but they are there. And keep in mind that some Juggalos' way of having fun differs than yours. Some of them might be a little bit more mean-spirited, but for the most part, they all mean well. So don't go in with a super serious attitude and try to be nice to everybody. Because for the most part, you're going to find that Juggalos are extremely friendly, extremely accepting, and you're going to have a great time. I'd like to encourage you to talk to people, to get to know people, talk to strangers. If you're looking to make a little bit of money at the gathering, there's definitely little side hustles you can do. If you have an artistic side hustle, maybe bring some of your paintings. If you make candy, bring some of your candy. If you want to have people staple $1 bills to you, bring a staple gun. You'll even find random dollars all over the ground. Pick them up. Free money. The gathering of the Juggalos is truly a magical place like that. Just don't steal and don't rip anybody off and you should be good. Be aware of the porta potties. They have been in better conditions lately, but be aware of the porta potties when you're entering the porta potties. Any mud that may be around them is not mud. Like I said, they've gotten a lot better at cleaning the porta potties these days. Watch out for fireworks and don't bring fireworks. Please, for the love of God, don't bring fireworks. Now, I know I just said that, and a lot of people are going to be like, fuck you, Ha, I'm going to bring fireworks anyway. But let me just tell you this. It's been said a couple of times that if the gathering of the Juggalos does ever get shut down, it's going to be because of a fireworks incident. So yeah, if you're going to bring fireworks, at least be discreet with them. Don't set them off at crowds. Don't set them off at artists. Be a little bit smart with them. Watch out for golf carts, rogue golf carts in the middle of the night especially, that might be bombing down hills way too fast with inebriated drivers. Be on your toes for that. Be wary of drinks given to you by strangers. There's not going to be a whole lot of people that dose you on purpose or anything, but be wary because that is a thing that happens at any festival. Bring a megaphone if you want to bring a megaphone, but please, for the love of God, be funny. Make sure you whoop whoop back. Don't dress like a cop. Don't video everything, but don't be afraid to video stuff either. I obviously make these documentaries every year, but I like to choose my moments. I sort of like to feel out the vibe, and I know when it's time to hit that record button most times. Take pictures. Take pictures with your homies. Maybe bring a disposable camera or a Polaroid, or they even have these sort of retro throwback digital cameras. Take pictures with your homies. That's the stuff that you're going to end up cherishing. But yeah, have a good attitude, have an open mind, be nice to people, and you should have a great time at the gathering of the Juggalos. I think that's about it. Let me know if I missed anything. Let me know some of your tips and tricks in the comments. Make sure you hit the like gimmick, the subscribe gimmick, and I'll see you in about 3 weeks. Whoop whoop and have a good night or day whenever you're watching this. Make sure you bring condoms or birth control if you're going to get freaky deaky.